Welcome to Sarah's Little Corner of the Crochet World. My name is Sarah, and on this channel we like to discuss crochet, yarn, more yarn, and what we can do with that over the year. So I'd like to show you a few things that I'm up to, a few people's channels that I've been watching, and yes, I've been out there. So this is part of the new yarn that I got and premiered in my last video. So fuzzy. But this is the start of the waves blanket that I promised my husband I would start. And needless to say, when he found out about an hour ago when he was on break, I got a big smile and a huge grin going, okay, when is it going to be done? I go, honey, I just started it. I had to go buy the yarn just to make sure I had it all. So yeah, all in all, great start. So I wanted to put out a thank you to Distinctive Crochet Priscilla. You know what? If I hadn't read your comment and taken your advice, I would be in a lot of trouble with this yarn right now. So with the Love's Gentle Joy baby blanket, the actual hook I'm using here is a 10mm. And it's a little bit easier to see the actual stitches and know what I'm doing. Although it's quite fuzzy, it's still very hard to see, but I've worked with a yarn type like this before from Dollar Tree. I wish I had some available to show you guys for comparison. However, I don't think I do. But let me check. Okay, so you know what? I did find some yarn from the Dollar Tree that I can actually use as a comparison, but it seems that this is actually a bit bigger than what I was used to. So, the Dollar Tree that would be downtown from where I am has usually all 5 colors. The one right next to me only has the blue. So, I have a bit of everything from a previous blanket that I worked. And this thing ended up huge. Needless to say, as soon as my dad, our father-in-law, tried it on, like, I was, of course, super ecstatic. Once I was done this big, big, big granny square, it was huge. And I had just quit smoking, so the main thing I was doing was crochet to keep my hands busy. Well, he tried it on his legs, and he goes, ooh, this feels weird. What do you mean by weird? Soft. Oh. Okay. Well, yeah, it's quite soft. So I ended up getting a couple of skeins of Bernat baby blanket. So I whipped up 2 full skeins of that along with a ton of these. Like these are only 50 grams, but they do come in several colors. So I have a nice purple, a little bit more purpley than what it's showing, but definitely a nice color. It's quite thin, as you can see. But I think I used like a 5mm hook with this when I was working it up. Imported, tells you it comes from Chesapeake, VA. Distributed to Burnaby, made in China. Washing Carol, cool hand wash only, separate, do not run, do not bleach, do not tumble dry. Ah, I've been tumble drying this stuff for years and absolutely not a problem. It's just as fluffy as it was as day one. So, of course, don't put it near an open flame. Any yarn will explode near an open flame. Not explode, but burn! So, we have a beautiful blue. And this was shown, this is the color I gave to Darla from Crafty Yarn Owl with Darla. So we've got this beautiful blue. Beautiful, like, I would say it's more of like a lilac purple. Gray. Gray is always good for everything. And it's a bit of a dark gray, so it's, I don't know, I like it. It's a nice color. They have a green. This is more like an olive green kind of deal, I guess you could say. Sorry, my glasses are falling down, so if it's because I'm trying to keep them up. But there you go. It's a nice green And then the last color, which is not good for my skin color, but I seem to like it anyways, is like a peachy corally color. But if you put all 5 together, they do work if my hands can hold them all. Let's see. Ah! One hand can hold 4. Sweet. So there you go. All 5 colors from the Dollar Tree. Compared up to this, which is quite a bit thicker. I will try to get it as close as I can. There you go. So yeah, it's a little bit thicker, but definitely I went up probably half an, like I said, I probably used a 5 on this, a 5mm hook. But with this one, I'm using a 10. It's just easier to see. So, all in all, working on the waves blanket, learning it as I go. Mistakes are ready to be made, then they're probably going to. Daigo Crochet, she has a channel, and on that channel she is doing a fundraiser. I believe it's on at the end of the month, January 30th, 2021, and it is to help out a fellow crocheter who is in need and needs a wheelchair. So I will put her link in the description below. Please do go to there, donate, buy a ticket if you can, and it definitely helps everybody. Well, helps out Sharon in the long run, and that's the main goal. So I will put Daigo Crochet in the description below. And by the way, Daigo, thank you for helping me out. Awesome. She helped me do a test pattern with my purse, so I'm working on editing a little bit and seeing what I can do to help you guys understand my pattern better and go from there. And on, yes, Crafty Yarn Owl with Darla. She's also the one who got me started on my YouTube channel. And that would be probably because she encouraged me and said my work was incredible. And I go back to that video, Darla. It does make me feel good. So I will put Crafty Yarn Owl with Darla, her link in the bottom as well, in the description. Go check her out, subscribe. Any of the current content creators that I do put on my channel, I am constantly watching. I'm learning from them. They're learning from me. Joke around a little bit, have a little bit of fun in the lives for sure. But all in all, we're basically just a huge team. This is my point of view, please. My opinion. You know, everybody puts in their say, but we all do the same thing, but we all want to help each other out and support each other in, you know, getting knowledge to, you know, you have access to one area that I don't have access to. Feed me knowledge. And that's what I've been kind of doing right now. So I'm taking it on from Brenda, the newbie crocheter. She's doing it with 2 other people, and I apologize because I can't remember the names off the top of my head. But they are doing a challenge for the 2021 year, and they have updates. So you can't just say you're doing it and not do it. It is a challenge to yourself, basically, to challenge yourself on projects or stitches that you have personally never attempted. And I apologize, I like to click my pens. So I had already put a challenge to myself this year alone, and that was to attempt 2 expert patterns. And I mean, nothing that is super, super, super simple, but something that is going to take a long time. And that might be just my lace work that I want to get into. Previous history, no history. My great, 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 great aunt, she used to do lace work and was well known for it, as per the history books that I have. So I wanted to get into that, so I can, you know, kind of keep it in the family. I love to crochet. I love to feel my yarn. I love my yarn. But yeah, I just bought a whole bunch more. So I can get my husband's blanket now. It's no longer my yarn. It turns into a job for him. But you know what? That's the best part, because he wakes up every morning and tells me personally that he loves the blanket I made him. And I don't know if he knows, but he probably does because he's that good. It makes me feel ecstatic. You know, my father-in-law every winter pulls out his blanket, made him one. I made one for the mother-in-law. I did the roll with its sparkle. I think it was in total 6 different colors out of the roll with its sparkle. But beautiful. So I might insert a picture here. But all in all, these are just things that I like to do on the offhand. So I've made so many blankets now. I kind of want to make more, but different ones that I've never made. Instead of doing like a regular granny square, what I had done was I would do one granny square that just got bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And I think I whipped up 2 queen size granny squares in a month. My husband stole one, the other one's been put away. And that's because it has a little bit of itchy wool on it that he won't use. And we share the blankets, so there's only one on the bed. So that one's been put away. And then the other one I made for him, which is a baby velvet one, that one is on the bed on his side. He's the only one who uses it. It's over 7 feet. As it's a continual granny square, it's 7 feet each way. And the only other granny square other than that is the one I'm sitting on, which is what made by me and my mom before she left to a different province. So yeah, really out of all of the blankets I've done, I've only really done 3 types. And the first, very, very, very first one was a single crochet queen size blanket. Made it 10 plus years ago, still around. And then a whole bunch of the granny square blankets. Mainly just one granny square. The only one that I did multiple granny squares was the one between me and my mom. And then the chevron blanket. And now I'm working into the waves blanket, and we'll see how that goes. And I hope it works, but we'll see how it goes. This is really, really soft and fuzzy. So I ended up going back today just because I wanted to make sure, because my husband is so tall, taller than me. I wanted to make sure that I had enough yarn. And I wanted to get it at a good deal where I wasn't paying an arm and a leg. Still paid an arm and a leg at $8 a piece. But for what it's going to do and for what it's worth for him, it's worth it. So because the wave blanket that I have is 4 different colors, I've decided to do it 3 different colors. So I have this lovely, lovely blue, in which everybody's seen. Absolutely lovely blue. Now, I'm going to add some gray in. Why does that look so white? It's not white. Okay, so this is white with the gray with the blue. And I think that's going to work as a actual waves blanket. And my husband agreed on the colors. So he's already suckered in. But those will be the colors. So I ended up buying 5 of these gray. I had to buy 2 more white and another blue. So I have 5 in total of each. So 5 blue, 5 white, 5 gray at 200 grams, 200 meters per skein. So we're looking at about 15. Oh yeah, it's going to be a big blanket, but also using a big hook, it might use it up a little bit quicker. So I'm hoping it all works out. We'll find out, and I'll have to get back to that other chevron blanket eventually. And the sweater I'm working on. And then I'll have to finish that up. And the virus shawl. So I've been working on the virus shawl for only a few days. I'll just give you a quick update before I head out here. So I've been working on it for a few days, but it is a very, very tedious pattern. But it does turn out very, very beautiful. And this is the Pixie color from Roll With It Sparkle. I really like how these sparkle ones turn out. Like, it just gives it that nice little sheen for, you know, if you were going out for a date night or whatever, it would just be perfect. I can't wait for things to get back to normal, but I think everybody else is on that same boat. But this is why I started a YouTube channel, so I can yak about yarn and not get in any trouble for it for once. Alright, so I know I've mentioned Brenda, I know I mentioned Daigo. Bitchin' Stitches Kate, she has a giveaway going right now, so if she hits 2K subscribers within the next 11 days or so, I will add her subscription in. She'll add more to the giveaway, so make sure to definitely get your fingers in on that one, because who doesn't like free yarn? Like, really. Natalie's Closet, she's in the US. She does reviews on small businesses, but she does wonderful, wonderful interviews, and she does give a lot of information, so I'm going to actually tag her down in the below as well. And I think, oh, we missed one thing. My challenge to all my subscribers, if you're up for it. So my challenge is for the month of February. So anybody who wants to join in, send me an email first. This way I know you've joined in, and I will keep track. So for the month of February, because I find when I'm getting more busy with my crochet, I have less time for other things. Even though less time is really with my husband, because he's working at night and I stay up all night and then sleep all day. And then by the time, yeah. Anyway, so my challenge to my subscribers, again, this is only if you're up for it, is that when you have mainly gotten bored or you need to be distracted from your main project just because you need 20 minutes or so away from it, or you need something to just to recoagulate everything in your brain or figure out what you want to do, my challenge to you is crochet a simple soother holder or even a scrunchie, just to get your mind off those things. And by the end of the month, how many you have is like your total will collaborate into a winner. So whoever has the highest total will be the winner. And I believe I'm only going to have one winner because shipping obviously right now sucks. But that's just part of life. So all in all, if you guys are up for it, let me know. But yeah, I think it'll be a great 20 minute downtime just from your main project. But give me a shout. Let me know if you're up for it. I will keep track. I got a pen. I got tons of paper. I'm prepared to go. All right. So you guys have a great night. Thank you for all my new subscribers. Thank you again for all the other subscribers who've been around for a while. You're all great, and I wouldn't be around here if you weren't. So you guys have a great night, day, morning, whatever time it is. And have a great day, night, or evening.